Hello everyone, let's wait a few more minutes and then we can start. Hello everyone and welcome to today's session, and we can start. As usual I will start with agenda, and I will also share the materials and the agenda we will use today. So let me do it. Just 2 minutes. So sharing the agenda for today. So in case you need, you can follow it. Then this one, maybe this one, this is the one I shared last time. Just, but yeah, if I shared for the second time, I think that should not be the issue. And also we have algorithms. There will be practical assignment. I will share it a little bit later about the algorithms and branching if else. Also, I will share now this one. Yeah, in case you need a PDF format instead of PowerPoint format, then please let me know. I will convert to PDF and send it to you. For now, let's start. Yeah, as I promised an hour ago, I guess. An hour and a half ago. Let me share my screen as well. Yeah. This is I usually forget to share my screen before it starts. Okay, so now I'm sharing the screen and you can see the agenda for today. So as I promised, I will show how to clone Git repositories. As an example, right now, now I sent the invitation to my repository and gave you a read access, the same what you did for me, for your repositories related to me. And the question was how to work with them. Yeah. So now you have the read access, and how can you get the repository from this remote place to remote server to your computer, and how to open it in Eclipse. We will do it. Yeah. Just before we start it, again, as I said, as I mentioned in the message, since I gave you read access only, and the same with the unit, you cannot change the content of remote repository again, because this makes sense, because this is you have read access only. So that's obviously you cannot change the content, but the idea is that you can read and see what it is. Again, the first usage, and maybe you don't always need to actually clone the repositories and pull the changes and fetch the changes. Simple, the most simple usage is then you just, for example, this one I think is Sanitas repository, so you can just open it and see what it is inside. And you can open every file here and see what it is inside, as an example. And if you want to just to see the content of the code, you can easily just navigate here, open the files, and if you need to just copy everything, you will need to open everything from the file, all the content. You can open raw version on the file, then you will see just the text from this file. You can copy it and paste to your file, to your class, just everywhere you want. The second option is if you want to just directly use this basically download or clone this repository and use it on your computer. Again, one of the options is you download the repository, then you just see the content of the repository. And maybe I can do it right now. Then you have this repository, and you can have it locally. So this is the repository, and you have all the contents here. So in case you want to use it, you can just simply copy it and paste, extract the archive to your computer. And another option, maybe more technical option, is if you clone the repository. This is maybe the most used option. In programming, in real life, when you clone the repository. So the idea is that you do the cloning and you resolution. Thank you very much, Maya. Yeah. So if I forget to do something, please shout and notify me. Yeah. So resolution is done now. Okay. So I hope it's better now. Okay. So yeah, now I can copy this git clone command. Yeah, it already shows you what to do. So then you can go to your workspace. This is my workspace. Let me open it. So here's the workspace, and you should normally have, if you open git bash, you open git bash here, then you can simply paste this command from here. Now it is cloning the project. So the project is cloned, and now you can see this folder is here, right, under this workspace. So now you have the project, and you can open it in Eclipse. How to do it? This is maybe a little bit tricky question. In Eclipse it is done in maybe a little bit crazy, because you can see you have option here, import, but this will not work. In this case, you need to create a new project. You type on new file, new project, and just as every Java project, create it from file. And here you can see there is an option to select the default location. So from here you can navigate to the project you just cloned. You open it from here, and basically everything is already set up. Here you can press finish. We don't need these module info files. So now we have this project here, and in addition you already have the Git repository available here, and you have this project built right here. Just in case, as that was mentioned by Alice, you have this, you already have this project. You can again try to do it this way. Go to new, create this Java project, and mention the repository you have right here in the location. And after that, you should have this project. Yeah, it is normally not allowed to push any changes, but you can. Right now there's nothing to pull or nothing to fetch, but again, as usual, you can press on team, fetch from origin. Right now you don't have nothing to. On Mac, for Mac, basically the same way you can use not only git bash, but just a simple command line as well. I think that should also be fine. Let me check and show you. Yeah, maybe if we just yeah, you can clone it everywhere you want normally, yeah, but in our case, since we store everything in workspace, you need to create it inside workspace. So I will show you one thing. Just so don't create this folder, it's just for test. Right now, yeah, again, as I said, you can use git bash, and the same way you can copy class, change directory, and copy this command. I'm not sure if git will automatically be visible. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, git command is automatically visible, and you can just simply do it using command line. Yeah. So the same approach. If you don't have, or you don't want to use git bash, you can simply use command line. That should normally work the same way as git bash does. For git bash, as I said, as you can see, if we go again to repositories, and maybe we want to do anything here, just open git bash, and you can see that it has different colors here. And if you have, so it is more not fashion, but easier to distinguish the comments here. Yeah, if you have errors, then you will see them in red. If you have successful things, then you will see them in green, and so on. So git bash is more understandable, but the same things can also be done in command line. So on Macs, in Unix systems, this is console oriented terminal. You can open terminal and apply git commands there as well, right? So I think that should normally work. It's not. Okay, if you have more issues with this, let me know. I don't see this project right now, so I can create it. Yeah, this is local repository, so it is cloned, and it has no effect on the remote repository. Okay, yeah, again, if you have any questions, then please let me know. For now, let's have some small practical tasks. I will show them, and it is not mandatory for you to repeat. Yeah, again, I will use our main project. Yeah, everything what I do in the sessions, I will do it in the project, and after each session, I will push the changes to the remote repository, so we will be able to be synchronized, to follow the stuff we create during our sessions. So for now, let's again, as you can see in agenda, those who don't see this slide, who hasn't opened this slide, can show it here. So this one is done right now. Again, if you have any questions, then please ask. We can create some functions. We'll start with some functions. Like in mathematics, you can see it in complex, not complex, but a little bit complicated functions. So you cannot simply find the value. Just you need to directly, you need to calculate everything. And here, so to make it easier to calculate, the easiest way is to use programming. You can just simply program the formula and calculate the output. So yeah, let's create the class for this, and we'll name this class equations. Yeah, and also, as you can see, I have warning here. I accidentally named the project with uppercase. As I said, normally you should name the project in lowercase. So let me correct it. If you want to rename something in Eclipse, you need to go to refactor and rename. Yeah, the same as with project or any folder, any file. Go to refactor, rename, and here you can rename. Name everything. To lowercase. So it is doing the refactoring. It means that in all the files, so we have 3 files here, this will replace the package name automatically. So I don't need to rename it inside every file separately. It will just do it automatically. Press continue. You can see that in the code the package name is renamed automatically, and so you don't need to do it in each file separately. Everything is here. So yeah, the first equation is x in the power of 3 plus 3x in the power of 2 minus 5 times x plus 7. So let's create this function, and we will have the returning result. Right? So as you can see, we have function, so it means that function returns the value. So here again we put public static, and we put the returning type of this function. Since this is mathematical function, we can use double, and we'll work with real numbers only. With complex numbers, this is a little bit different story. So yeah, double, and let's name our function f1. Yeah, f1, and we can and here we type the arguments. In this case, as you can see, we have one argument. And again, we can allow this argument to be x, to be double. Yeah? So it can have any real number, yeah? That's small number. So, and as you can see, there's the error. That's because we provided the returning type, and it means that this method should mandatory have something at the return. Yeah. So now it is complaining that we do not return the double value. So now we can type the return, and we will use math class. So first of all, we use the power function. So we have base, and then we have what we have in power. So we have 3 plus 3. Now we can use brackets to make it more precisely. So maths power, and again x power of 2 minus. I prefer using brackets because in different programming languages the behavior can be different if you just simply type in this way, 5x. So which operation is the first, minus or multiplication? Normally, as we know from mathematics, this should be multiplication. So just to be sure, yeah, I recommend in Java, but in everywhere to be precise, and yeah, here as well, this one. To be precise, to distinguish the sequence, to have the correct sequence of the mathematical operations, I recommend to use the brackets. So, and the last one is +7. Okay, let's check what do we have. F1, and we can write like 30, for example. And again, I use Ctrl-Shift-F to beautify the logic, to format it correctly. And I press run, and we can see the output of this function. Just maybe to make it more understandable. Let's wrap it this way. F1, so we'll have more different functions. So this one is F1. So now the user sees the output, and we can see it on the console. So this is the first function, and so here we have one importing argument. Then we can also have multiple arguments, and so now we have a second function, and in this case I will do this in the way that the n is can only be integer number. So in this case I will mix the types of the importing parameters. So let's again, the output can be double. And here we have, again, as you can see, we have 4 arguments. So you can provide as many arguments as you want to your functions in Java, to methods, functions, methods in Java. So we start with integer, with double, with x, and then we go to y, we can use the same with z, and the last one is integer, which is n. And in the same way, we need to return something, not something but double value. So we can use there's an option that you directly write this way, just not math power, but for integer values, we can do it this way. For integer values, for integer values you can use power just simple using power symbol. For double, for double the same way. But the issue is for this approach, and why I recommend using math power function instead of just using power symbol, is because for large numbers this may have some, the power symbol may have some issues, and with large numbers may not work correctly. Math power will work with can be applied for large integer numbers and big integers, so it is more precisely to use this power function. So yeah, let's create this equation, not equation, function. Then I will use the brackets, y in the power of 2, and minus n times it. And yeah, that's it. That's it. And yeah, also it's very important, the same as in mathematics, the same as here, to open and close the brackets in correct places. Yeah. So if you have, like in this case, you have brackets inside the brackets used. So in this case, please be sure that you close the brackets in correct places. Yeah. Because this is not the same as this one. Yeah. So please be careful and use the brackets correctly. So now we have the second function, and we can call it 4.5, for example. 2.6, 9.3, and 3. So again, I want to call the function, and you can see it shows the error because I need to provide 4 arguments. So let's do it. 2.6, then 9.3. And 3. Let's see, we have the result. You can see that it shows us the output. And the last from the functions also we can use let's copy this one, and we have just 2 values. So here we have maybe more complicated math operations. So let's write them. So then we have x in power of 4. And then we divide 4 by y. Yeah. We don't check if y is not 0 in this case. Normally, if you have just the automated functions, you'll need to do some input checks. We will see how and when to do it. We'll go through the ways how we can validate input, because yeah, this is also very important. Just like in this case, for now we're just only testing the functions, but in practical example, in real life, the input must be checked. Yeah, so like in this case, we cannot use y as we cannot use 0 as y, because we divide by y, and we cannot divide by 0. So there's no math power. There's math square. It's qrt. And this is y, and then we can use the cube root. Cube root is cbrt. X And yeah, as you can see, I have just filled my screen, and then I can use a new line to make it more visible for me. And yeah, the last one is absolute value. Let's say it's absolute, and here we just have y minus x. Okay, yeah, maybe in this case it shows that the line is enough. That's because of the resolution I have. Okay, that's not the problem. So let's call this function. Okay, I'll type some values here. Get something copy-paste. And let's see what we have. Yeah, we have double volume here. Alright, so now we've gone through the functions. So we can pass the parameters to function. The types of the parameters can be different. Like in this case, if we try to pass a string, for example, to a different type of parameter, that's not allowed because it is defined that we should pass double values only. So, and maybe more automated example is how to solve the equation. Yeah, for example, for the equation shown in the presentation, this one. So we want to solve this quadratic equation. So let's and this will be void because as you can see we can only have one returning argument, if it's double, integer, or whatever, but that can be only one. In this case, as you can see, as you know, in if you have to have quadratic equation, then you will have you can have two solutions for it. And of course, the equation should be this, equal to 0. On this one, equal to 0. So find the roots. So in this case, I will just print out the result. So I have I'll have the methods. Open the block, and to solve the equation, we need to calculate the discriminant, and then we can calculate the solution. So as we know, we have 3 parameters in the equation. So this is A, because in this case that's 1, not integer. Normally that should be double. And double B, which is 5, and we have double C, which is 4. And we can calculate the discriminant. This is B in power of 2 minus 4 times A times C. Yeah, we normally should check if D is greater or equal than 0. In our case, yeah, maybe. Oh no, we won't use if statement because we haven't export if statements yet. So that's why we won't use it right now, but we assume that D is positive, or that D is not non-negative number, so that's why we can calculate x1 and x2. So let's calculate x1. So this is minus b plus square root of discriminant divided by 2 times a. And it's about x2, the same, but with minus sign. And let's see if we have the output. I'll print the output, and this one equals plus x1. We can cut, at the moment we can concatenate the string. That's why, so we will have the concatenation of different values. Right now, x2 equals plus x2. And let's call this the solving from our main method. And you can see we have the solution for this equation. So we can use mathematical operations. We can use Java tool or any programming language tool to calculate some mathematical equations or just simple functions. It's if you have some complicated algorithm to calculate, then Java, for example, is really nice way to do the calculations. And you already can do some of them. And the last thing mentioned here before we go to the break is random splitting groups. This is really interesting thing because I already used it in my work experience, and maybe I will explain you the task I had. So the idea is that so the task for me was that we have IDs in the system. Yeah, that's some IDs of the products. Yeah. So there are thousands of IDs, and these products had to be split in 100 groups. Yeah, in this case, we won't split it in 100 groups. But in my case, that was the task was to split them in 100 groups randomly, and the idea was to have the same number of not the same, but the similar number of the elements in each group. Yeah. So we had like thousands of IDs, and these IDs had to be split in 100 groups uniformly. So this means that in each group there should be a similar number of the elements, and they should be split randomly. So how to do it? So in our case, the idea is that we create the function. So we create the function which will return, based on the ID number, will return us the group number. So again, I will create the function which will return me the group number, which will be integer, and so maybe let's call it return, not return, but get group number. And from here I will have the ID, and the ID will also be integer number. And basically, how can we return random group number? First of all, let's generate random number. Random number, we can do it using maths. I will use, there are different commands in Java. I will use math random. And what's the idea of this random number? This returns us the value from 0 to basically any value from 0 to 1. So here may be again from 0 to 1. Yeah. So it means that it can be 0.23, for example, or 0.76, or even 1 or 0, and so on. Yeah. So I will paste in different line, so you can understand when you check this code. And this is a double number. So yeah, maybe we can start with double. This will be double number. And we want to have, but actually, as you can see, random number comes from 0 to 1. But we want to have it maybe in more a wide range. So in this case, we can, for example, we can multiply it by ID. Yeah. We can multiply it by ID, and in this case we will have the range from 0 to, if ID is a positive number, yeah, assume that ID is positive number. So this will return the value from 0 to the value of ID. So as an example, we can build some more advanced operations here, like in power of ID, or just any number of power of ID, for example, something like this, or we can do any hashing we want here. Yeah, maybe just a simple case. We can multiply it by ID, and so to have it, the idea is to split in groups from 0 to 5. So maybe let's convert it to integer. We can define a new variable here. We can convert it to integer. Because that would be easier to work with integers, because here we want to return the group, and the group may be from, again, as I said, from 0 to 5. How to achieve it? We can use modulo. Yeah? If we divide this random number by if we use modulo 5, then this will. So what does it mean? It means that we divide this number by 5, and we can divide this by 5. That can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yeah. So this means that we divide it by 6. So yeah, if we divide by 6, we can get remaining part 0. So it means that we can divide it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. So then this result will be in range from the range from 0 to 5. And we can use this function. And we can provide some ID. Okay, maybe let's use this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have not printed it out, sorry. Let me print it. use some text here as well. And yeah, here we have random group form. So since we have randomizer, this is interesting thing that if we run it again, this will have different result. Yeah. Or it may have the same result as well. Why not? But since this is randomizer will use, we have randomizer here as you can see. So this will have random value. Yeah. Random value from 0 to 1. So this is how randomizer works. You may need it in your future work in case you want to achieve some randomizing. Yeah, this is as an example we can use to splitting groups. Just as an example, at the moment you are 20 in the course, so in case you want to randomly split them 5 groups, and we can quickly try to achieve it. So the idea is that we want to split you in 5 groups. So we can use randomizer. Maybe I want to implement the logic here, because in this case we'll need to search and apply some different things. But to achieve it, we need to use randomizer. Okay? Using randomizer, we will. A little bit later, we will see this example. Yeah, I will show you how can you split any number of people in different groups. But for this, we will need to explore some additional things in Java to make a table to split in groups. But this is also a very interesting thing and very useful. Yes, sometimes you need to split randomly. You need to split something randomly. Okay, this is it about mathematics, and we'll have not quick but Java summary after the break. But for now, let's have the break. Let's meet in 10 minutes.